Hey everyone, this is an Ana self-analysis series where I will showcase how I play Ana, my positions, my thought process behind certain decisions in a full match. This series focuses on ways to improve your Ana. It also shows you what not to do as Ana, as well as show you my mistakes in game and tell you what I should have done to get a better outcome. This is mainly an educational series, so if this is your kind of vibe, there's a lot you can learn here. I peaked Masters on Ana and I have many hours, so everything I list here will provide you with the information to be a great Ana player. Make sure to check out the Ana positioning series as well if that's your kind of vibe and you want more information on the best spots. Feel free to do that. Everything's down in the description below. Enjoy the video. Alright, how's it going everybody, and welcome to our first episode of Self-Analysis. In this video, we're going to be talking just about the general position that we take here and how we play as Ana. I start off in King's Row. We're going to be talking about King's Row. Every map is different. Every map has its own way to play the game. And King's Row is a really good map. It's my favorite map, actually. So this is a good way to start. I'm playing with the Kingsman crew. These are my Overwatch tournament team. I'm going to put the volume up so you guys can hear the shot calls that I make and things like that. We're going to talk step by step, both my mistakes and my plays decision making behind them. So
Glory to be won.
there's glory to be won.
I'll exit right door. Nade lands in 5 seconds. The King's Row nade, guys. You know it.
So my team obviously knows this nade because I'm grouping with them and we went in a tournament together. So what I do is I instantly exit through the right door here. And I take the position on the right corner and I aim my mouse just like this. I put the crosshair just over here and I aim it up until my ult charge hits that corner. And then this nade will land on the point. I put some heals on Pharah here because she needs.
It's gonna land now. It
We landed a nice little nade there. Zhao is really going in. Maran's going in hard. Trying to keep them all healed, but he was antied. It was a very aggressive play by Jowie. Not the play I would have made if I was the Ryan there. That was a very ballsy charge. But he tried to take advantage of an anti. Ideally there is Ryan. You should be swinging. Here, Doom is behind, so I tag him and I nade him to drop him to under half health. Over here, like at this point, we don't have Ryan, so my play is just to stay alive behind statue. Since we already got a pick on the Doom behind, we're basically like, we're not outnumbered. So I tell my team here that I'm going to take high ground right sides because high ground is very, very valuable. But I notice my Ryan is taking a bunch of damage here, so I try to keep him alive. And by the time I take from right side and go high ground, I've wasted time where I can heal the Ryan and he could potentially die. You never know. And my Mercy is currently healing the Pharah. Now, as you just saw, the Ashe is just above me. So what I end up doing here is I try to play under her. So this way she can't shoot me. And now this Ryan, they use their friendly bubble. And I keep my Ryan alive. I accidentally nanoed Zarya here because for some god-known reason, Nano just does what it wants. But ideally, I wanted to nano Ryan there because he was taking a lot of damage. I still play towards under Ashe. Ideally, I would take the high ground right side there. But since the fight was a little hectic here, so I kind of stayed under Ashe. Now here's Ashe right above me still. She still can't get clear line of sight shots on me because I'm playing under her. Now if I were to play on the left side and at the mini health pack or somewhere behind, Ashe would have a much easier time hitting me. So if I play right under her directly, she may just target other players and not me.
I slept him.
So I say here we're going to chain CC the Doom because Shatter, and then when they wake up, they get slept again, and then they're constantly chain CC'd. Chain CC is a term we use where we chain crowd control on an enemy, just kind of connecting it and stacking it. However, you don't want to use it immediately. So if Shatter happens, you wait until the player gets up from Shatter effect, and then I will sleep them. So that's a good chain CC.
Mercy.
So here I get grabbed, and I ideally want to play top right.
I was behind the car.
Ideally, I wanted to play top right there, but things were going so crazy to the point where I just had to keep staying because people were just taking too much damage and we really needed the point. But ideally, I should have taken high ground earlier rather than, like, never. He shatters me. I was trying to hide behind the car there, but still shatters me because, you know what? The car doesn't have tires. So you can actually get shatter behind that. Now, unless I stood behind that tree over there, I might have been fine.
He's one. Nice.
Good job.
So we go ahead and take the point.
Nice. I take high ground now.
So here I immediately call out that I'm going to take high ground. I'm going to put the volume up, guys, just so you can hear my calls.
Okay, you can move forward if you want now.
Tell him
I'll
you
play
can
high
move forward.
ground. I'll heal you from there.
Now, ideally as Anna, I don't want to be on the payload in this situation because if I take high ground, I get a really good bird's eye view of the situation. And not only this, but I can also heal my team and tag enemies and set up antis all at the same time. So I take this position here. All right, I notice the Doom's here.
Doom
So
sleeping, top
I
left, high
slept him.
ground. Your left, Farah. I will anti, okay? Here you go, he's anti.
Calling the anti, he uses ult and he's gonna go straight for me. I tried to bait him here, go left and right, and if I went in, that AoE effect on his ult wouldn't hit me. I tried to mind game him. You can mind game Doomfist with that, but it does hit me and I ended up dying. How could I have avoided that situation? Sleep the Doom and burst him fully, or wait a little bit longer, but that was a hard situation for me to be in, so I end up dying. So I will try to, of course, to take that high ground again because it's such a powerful thing here. If the enemy takes the high ground, they can just drop down on us, and it doesn't matter. If we stack on payload, that won't change anything. You really want to get off the payload in that situation and really take all possible angles to help your team. Especially as Anna in this situation, I really want the high ground, so I'm going to fight for it. So what do? I try to go up here, and I slept the Ashe top right window.
Right, Ashe.
Hopefully for like a setup. Right, and my Farah is flying up towards the window. Ashe woke up by now. Our Ryan is dead, so I try to keep my Mercy alive here because she's taking a lot of damage. Quick scope her real quick, and then I wait for the Ryan to be back up, and I know that by now he's going to be back up, so he's going to walk to main. I'm going to take the high ground right side. I'm going to try to keep him alive, but sadly,
really close.
he dies here.
Doom.
I slept the Doom again. Shoot punch is enough to kill him here because he's low enough. Don't have to nade. My nade's still up. It's not on cooldown.
I have Nano.
Right? I notice, I always pay attention. Okay, my Zarya used bubble. Ryan maybe can't play too aggressive because the bubble was used. So that's just something to keep in mind. I noticed them. Okay, this is my high ground. Get off my high ground. I need them.
Ashe.
Get out of here.
Ashe is one.
And Zarya went overkill with that grav. We did not need a grav there. There could have been a much better setup somewhere else. So the grav was really unnecessary. But I had the McCree backing me up here. We take control of the high ground, which is a really, really important spot for me in King's Row. I love the spot after we take point A. So here, just maintaining the high ground.
Shield.
Calling the shield broken. I notice Zarya had no self bubble. I time my sleep to when her self bubble finishes and towards her walking pattern. I'm gonna go back a few seconds here just so you guys can see that a lot more accurately. And you can see here. I sleep her in her walking path, and when I know her bubble is gonna be off, when it finishes, sleep her real quick. Get a really nice position here. I get a nade on critical. I have my Nano. We get a 3-man ult. We know that there are 2 healers dead right now. So I've decided mid-video, by the way, to change where my camera is because you guys can't see the kill feed up here. So I want to be clear that earlier here, I always pay attention to kill feed, and I want you guys and from the viewers to actually see the kill feed and what's going on. So obviously, Farah gets 3 kills here. We get 2 of their healers. Obviously, Anna and Mercy, no healers, means we can pressure and really, really take angles and positions now. After I call them, I take high ground left side.
Healing from there.
Healing from there. So I take the high ground left side. I go here because we killed them all, and I'm safe. I'm safe to move wherever I want because they're all dead. So this isn't a contested spot.
I love this fucking map, dude. Feels good.
And I exclaim quite rapidly there how I love this map. Because it is a damn good map, I'll tell you that. So here I have the high ground. I'm going for pokes.
You got this. They use friendly bubble. I'm gonna anime you.
So
they use both bubbles.
Boom.
Anti the tanks. Zarya right side. Doom behind on payload.
Right. So the importance of this call right here is crucial because whenever Zarya uses her bubbles, both tanks are very vulnerable, and they can't cleanse the effect of anti-nade. So I try to.
They use friendly bubble.
Friendly bubble. I nano the Ryan to take advantage of the fact they use bubble, and then she uses self bubble.
They use both bubbles.
So it's a perfect situation for me. I throw my shield into timing with what the shield is about to be broken, and the fact that their Ryan has no reason to hold shield up when another Ryan is walking to him. So keep in mind this is really important actually. I wanna
You got
I'm gonna
this.
explain this. I'm on the high ground. I see everything. I'm in a very good
They use
spot.
friendly bubble.
Right? And Nano the Rhine. Here, I know for a fact that this Rhine isn't just gonna hold his shield up against a swinging Rhine.
Use both bubbles. Both bubbles.
So what he's gonna try to do something. And in this case,
Anti.
he shatters. Right, in this case, he pops his shatter. And his shield was about to break, so even if he were to hold it, it would break, and then my nade would land after it breaks, just in that little timing.
Anti the tanks. Zarya, right side.
Zarya's anti,
Doom behind on payload.
and the Rhine is also dead. Beautiful.
Reloading.
So you can see, I still maintain the high ground position here. I could have played low ground. It really sometimes varies and depends. Like if they had a Widowmaker and she came back from spawn and she has like a really good angle on me while I'm up here, I probably would drop down and use cover. But in this situation, I don't
have
really
sleep for
care.
Bob. That's good. That's really good, Joey.
I see everything. I have full control of this map in my area.
Have to reload.
Keep the Mercy alive. And here I drop, because there's no reason for me to be there. I need to take a different angle and a different position where I can get nice nades and
Nice.
nice sleeps.
Okay.
So here I notice,
I'll save my sleep for him.
here I call for my team that I will save my sleep for the Doomfist, because he is an annoying threat.
Left side.
I call
Left
that
side door spawn Ash.
left side door spawn Ash, because she's a major threat. Here's the Doom. I tried to sleep him. Unlucky. He had also his ultimate, so I was in a weird position here. So his ultimate, and I couldn't sleep
I'll
him.
die fast.
But either way, my team got got
I'll
grabbed
save my sleep for him.
in a situation, and Doom landed on top of the grab, and my team was also anti. So this is a lost fight. This is a just go to the next round. So what I do here is
I'll die fast.
I'll just die fast. I'll try to farm a little bit of ult charge by hitting them a few times, and then just die fast, regroup full. So now we're gonna regroup. Essex.
We can push, we can push.
Good pick.
I noticed we get a pick on their Zarya, so we're moving forward. Doom
Doom
used
behind.
his
High ground.
all his cooldowns, and he's top right. Keep my Zarya alive. I play behind my tanks. My Mercy's up here. I play behind my tanks. Make sure to give them opportunities with nades.
Left
and
side
keep them
Ana.
alive as
High
well.
ground left.
Okay, I see the Rhine charging here. I nade, and then my Rhine obviously charged against him, so my nade missed. I guess if I was a little bit faster with my reaction, like a little bit faster with the nade instead of like holding it for a few seconds there, like I did, because I held it for like maybe a millisecond. So ideally in that situation, like
Left side Ana.
I would
High
just
ground left.
hear the Rhine scream, and here I tried to actually. Here's a reason I actually tried to tag Ash, by the way, because my Pharah, I want to support her to much easier kill the Ash. So if I tag her once, that's 70 damage, and Pharah Rocket will add damage. If it's a direct hit, that's an instant kill, or if it's splash damage, it might kill soon. I wanted to help the Pharah there in that situation to get the pick on the Ash, because I want Ash off the high ground. So that little quick scope tag, that intention was to make my Pharah get an easier time killing the Ash. And I do that a lot. I always tag enemies with quick scopes or hits to make them have an easier time to finish their target. That's something I do often when my team doesn't necessarily need healing. So when I heard the Rhine shatter, when I heard the Rhine charge, I quickly turned to my left, and here I tried to nade, but he charged against them. But either way, we had friendly bubble. I called that it was a good bubble here. I nano the Rhine because I was just worried that he was going to die, and I don't want to lose the main tank. I don't want to lose the main tank in a situation where we're literally about to win. I eat the fire strike here. I should have just asked. I should have asked my Mercy to just heal me.
Anti-Rhine, easy kill. Huge.
But I didn't want to distract him. He was in Valkyrie. I get it.
Best map in Overwatch, guys. It's the truth, you know it.
And I call it. And my team's laughing because they know it's true.
I know, right? Like, see how well we did with the high ground there? Like, their Ash fucked off easily. Like, cause last time we got fucked, literally because they had so much high ground and flank routes. Like, we controlled the map with high ground, and that's why I go there as Ana. It's just clean. Not only do I get best nades, but I see everything. The backstory behind this is in the tournament we got flanked
and they maintained so much high ground control, and that's like a main reason that they won in that tournament against us, because we had no high ground control. And in King's Row, high ground is so huge.
Doom and Ashe were like always up there, and they were damage boosting Ashe.
Yeah, which was a crucial part.
Because yourself a good, and they're wasting bubbles so quickly, so we can always pressure really nicely. Damage boost Jowie for the first fire strike. I'm nading the front door.
So what I do here is I aim my nade on the front door of King's Row entrance by placing my scope crosshair here, and my when you scope down, see these two white lines? You put them on the 1, 2, 3, third slot on that roof, and there's 4, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it on the third one on the left corner. Just like that. It's a nade that will
Just
always
hold up
land
the door and maybe you get
in
a
that
kill.
spot. I call for the fire strike, by the way, and damage boost the fire strike, because if my nade lands and it's a damage boosted fire strike, there is maybe a chance that someone dies right off the bat, which is possible because nade does 60 damage and fire strike damage boost will add that extra damage in, and the fact that the enemy is anti, maybe one Pharaoh rocket can finish them off, or you never know, something can happen and maybe they will die right off the bat. So this is like a quick way you can get an early kill. So he damage boost fire strike, boom, but he did not land the fire strike.
Okay, pull back.
Didn't get a bit.
Oh wait, he didn't get a pick. He might have landed the fire strike itself, but because you might not get the pick necessarily, because their health won't be like, you know, too low for the fire strike to finish them. So here, notice where I'm playing left side on the arc. The reason I don't want to maintain high ground because I don't know what their picks are, and if they have a widow, and I die like one of the first few people that die. Not only do they get free line of sight on me, but my position here allows them to be safe, and I can also watch small hotel flankers towards the health pack.
Fine half.
Reloading.
Please
funny bubble.
I messed up.
See, the Doom is dead. I tried to keep the Rhine alive, but sadly, we messed up. There was a call that Doom was on the left, because I did see him seismic slam.
I messed up.
So I tried to go to the left, but it's okay. Things happen. I tried to quickly nade him, but sadly he died, so rest in peace.
I thought he was going to win.
So it's alright. I try to keep the Zarya alive as long as I can, so we can
Bubble the
keep
fire when
the
you can.
bubbles. We really need the bubbles. He gets a res on the Rhine,
I got Ryan.
and then he charged him back, which
He's
was
anti.
beautiful. I anti
Rhine's
him,
low.
and he dies.
Mercy left side, Mercy left side.
Notice my position this whole time.
Zarya won with
Quickly
the
tag the Mercy. Mercy was about to
Reloading.
die there
Get
from
the
the
Ashe,
Ashe.
get Ashe.
I tried to
Doom's
sleep
on
him,
your
but I
Ana.
messed
Thank
up.
you very much for the bubble. You're awesome.
The bubble was really good here because I missed sleep. In a situation like when Doomfist goes on me and I miss my sleep, it's a little bit detrimental because he can actually solo kill me. I do have my nade, so ideally, what I could have done and maybe should have done,
Zarya won with
Is,
Marcy.
Reloading. Get the Ashe,
I'll
get
show it
Ashe.
right here. He said in a slam, I missed the nade. I would like shoot and then nade the wall on my right, which will apply splash anti-damage to Doom and heal me. But because I was bubbled, I didn't feel the need at that time to like nade myself because I was like confident we can kill him. But ideally, I probably would have naded if I hit the
Comes
floor,
on your Ana.
which
Thank
is
you
actually
very much
what
for
I
the
ended
bubble.
up doing. When I did hit the floor, I naded and I got damage boosted, so my nade did more damage.
You're awesome. This
And
is
then,
what
of course, the Doom
I love
dies.
Zarya's.
And I showcased my appreciation for the Zarya because, hey,
Marcy alone.
how you do it? So here I try to
Next
keep my
fight, you
Rhino
can
alive.
bubble Farah, and I can nano her for barrage. Ah,
Sadly
damn.
dies, but we have res.
We have res.
Bubbled the Rhine and saved
I'm
them,
dead.
and I die by missing my sleep again. So these are very crucial mistakes I do here with my sleep, because I really need to land them. In situations like where Doom goes on me, I literally basically try to save my sleep for him because I know he wants to go for me again.
Nano her for barrage. Ah, damn.
I have shut up.
We have
So
res.
I play like right side again. Here you notice my position is not towards the arc because I want to see what they have, and I also want to make sure I can see if my Ryan plays a bit more up forward. So then I retreat back to my position and I nade, and he goes right for me, and I messed up the sleep. And he killed me really fast because he's nanoed. So that sucks.
I'm dead. Doom got me. You have one healer.
So I call him, I tell him, you have one healer. Which is a very important call out because you need to make sure your team knows. You need to make sure your team knows
These bubbles are pog.
if they have one healer or not. So they know if they can play too aggressive or not.
I'll
So
let you heal XP so you can get your Valkyrie. I already have Nano.
I let Mercy heal so she can get Valkyrie. There's no reason for me to heal here. I'm not trying to fight for gold medal. I don't care about medals. I care more about efficiency. So it's not about, hey, I will heal more than my other healer because I want gold medals. That's stupid. Let your other healer heal so they can get Valkyrie so we have a better chance of winning the next fight. So it's never about gold medals. It's about making sure that you try to land your shots as best as you can and decision making wise. Here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bait him and play around to the right and left. Watch how I'm playing, right? I know he ults. So here, look, I play in one corner and then the other corner. Boom, boom, boom. This way, the Doom with his mouse, he has to go like and then he will maybe sometimes go on the wrong one, and then I'll play him that way. I've done this many times. If you're behind a wall, you can't get hit by the Doom ult. It won't damage you.
Probably, yeah.
So he decides to go here,
I sleep him.
and I slept him. This time actually landing the sleep nicely.
Mine's behind. Oh, fuck.
And he got shattered. I keep him alive. He tried to shatter the Rhyme, but he held his shield up. And, well, nothing much
I'll try
I
to
can
keep you
do
alive.
here as Anna. I
Anti
try to
Rhyme.
get antis.
And Ash.
I tried to hit Ash there because she was anti, and one more hit will drop her very low for another hit to kill.
Reloading.
So I was trying to reduce their health a little bit. I tried to sleep her, and
Ash.
I have to duel her in this situation because we're already outnumbered, and I just try to
Telling
kill
your
her. Which I think I end up doing. I don't end up doing that, actually. I got bubbled here. The Ryan comes really, goes balls mode. I sleep him here, and then we kill him. But sadly, we cannot really do much here.
Ash dead.
I try to pressure the Ash because she fell down on the wrong one. She should have fell behind. Since she fell forward, I get tag on her and kill her.
Okay, let's wait for
Here, after you lose point A, you need to wait S6. So you need to regroup. If people already died, they spawn really far back. So keep in mind, in game modes like this, where there is the point, and then you capture payload, people that died spawn really far away. Not like the close one, no, really far away. So you really need to make sure that people don't get picked off here as best as you can, because it's going to be detrimental to the whole
I'll play
team.
high ground. Give me a second.
It's very important here. Otherwise, you just get rolled and they get a free point, and you don't want that. You do not want that. In hybrid game mode, really watch out for that.
Yeah, I do have to drop.
So here, top left,
window.
I'm not going to risk too much peeking her because you don't want to duel a Widow. Don't challenge a Widow. If she gets one headshot, she dies. Unless she's really bad at aiming and you're perfect at mobility movement. Don't risk it. Play safe.
I'll play right side.
However, you can go for a sleep,
play
go for
cover.
it, but be careful. You are risking regardless. So my team gets grabbed here. I throw the nade to keep them alive as best as I can. I almost have Nano, so I try to farm it fast here.
Nice.
And I end up getting it, but there's no need to Nano because we already got a pick. So I don't feel the need to really do much here.
No deflect Genji.
Other than just try to get a few hits. And I kill the Genji with a quick scope. Here, I go
dead.
forward. I throw the anti.
No
Notice,
deflect Genji.
obviously, that the Zarya had high charge, so
You.
killing her here is pretty important because she has high charge. We don't want to let her have high charge. And I just throw the
Anti-dead.
nade on her.
Alone.
Nice.
And Ryan messed up by going too deep, and he dies.
Nice.
So we maintained the defense here. A very good position, right? Very nice.
Ooh. Next fight we can Nano Barrage, and if you bubble her as well.
I always try to call what we should do next in the next fight. So like, hey, we will do this, this, and that. So when it comes to the actual moment, we kind of like have a pre-plan for it. So it's like we kind of know what's gonna happen-ish. There's no way perfectly to portray what actually will happen, but you want to be close. You want to be close with what your pre-call initially is. To some extent.
Top
So like,
left side.
okay, we will do this, we will do this,
Need help
this.
in the back if possible.
I see I need help in the back if possible because I am low and I don't want to waste my nade on myself because that is not efficient. I always try not to nade myself when I have another healer that is still alive. Unless it's a really bad situation, I'm getting hard pressured and I really need to nade myself. And if I nade myself, I try to nade the enemy with me so that they're anti and I make use of my self heal. So here, see, if I naded myself, I can't nade my Ryan. And he really needs that he needs that nade right now because he's taking a lot of damage. What my Mercy did here wrong, by the way, and sorry XP, but I gotta call you out on this one. What you did wrong was heal me when I really didn't need it, and Ryan like really needed it more than me here.
Priority healing on Ryan.
So that's why I asked priority healing on Ryan, and I think you did. XP did try to heal Ryan here, but he accidentally healed McCree. But Ryan was taking a lot of damage.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I was up to me to make sure really that he doesn't die. So here, I tried to sleep Genji based on where he's gonna dash. So I knew he was gonna dash to me. So what I do is I try to throw my sleep or time it in the direction that he's gonna dash, but it was a bit too early. This would have actually hit him if I was just a little bit later with my sleep, but there's no way to tell. Sleeping a Genji blade is like there's a chance for it, but it's not a high chance. But if you do it, hey, huge, right? So I tried my best here. So here goes for me,
the Genji,
and I died. So it's not easy to sleep Genji. It's possible, of course. You should always try to, though. You should always try to because you can shut down his ultimate completely, and the Nano would be useless.
I have shot.
So here we regroup. So we're gonna push up together here, group of 6.
Yeah. The only thing they have is scan, so let's watch out for that.
Okay. Get walled
up.
up.
Can't heal.
I make it very clear, I can't heal you. I'm walled off. Zarya should have walked to the left here, but I don't think he actually knew where the safe spot is. We should have told her. I keep my McCree alive. He was during Deadeye. That wall was really well placed, so I can't heal my team again. I land a really crucial nade. Get shattered. But
doesn't matter, they wasted.
And it doesn't matter because we're fine.
I'm taking
and we
high
managed to
ground.
win the fight. If you notice there, I was just playing behind my team there, and like those walls were really good. So I think maybe what I could have done is pick a different angle. But there isn't many angles for this part in King's Row. There's one, like you play left high ground. You can play up here, left high ground. But that just makes me a lot easier to push through. Because there's Ryan or Zarya could just walk in and just swing hammer and I could potentially die. But if I took high ground left side a little bit here, I could have healed Zarya better. But again, I'd be putting myself in a more riskier position where I can easily die if someone just walks here. If Mei walks here and freezes me, I die. You know, it's just like, it's too risky for me to be here. So I do the safe thing, which is just play behind my tanks in this situation and try to keep them alive. So,
no deflect, Genji, no deflect.
You know, just to throw the grab here, but
Reloading.
I tell them I'm reloading, I can't heal you. Not a quick, this bubble was really good. In this situation, by the way, I jump quick scope him because I want to maintain mobility, and then I throw my nade.
Nice bubble.
Unlucky here, it's unlucky. But it doesn't matter.
They wasted.
Okay, on to the next fight.
I'm taking high ground.
Here,
I'll
I tell my team.
anti-nade behind them.
Now, this high ground is really good. Especially where the payload is. They might not think that I'm going to go here. So what I do as Aunii here, right? I take this position.
Nice.
We get a nice little kill on Mercy. We don't have to literally camp the payload. See, look how much space we're taking right now. Zarya's here, McCree's here, Farah's here, and my Ryan's like under me, right? You don't want to just sit on the payload. The reason is like, if we sit on the payload, they're going to take control of this high ground where I'm standing. They're going to try left flank angle. They're going to try different angles, and you don't want to give them those opportunities. So whenever like you're defending the payload, don't all just stack on payload, split up, push forward, make sure that you don't give them space. And you don't want to give them space because they have multiple choices now. You know why they have multiple choices? Because you gave it to them. You allowed them by not taking over the position. So you want to do that in this situation where you kill them all. Look, take this position. Look who my Ryan is. He's holding main low ground. They use friendly bubble. I keep him alive through here. Okay, I can also move to the far left and I can heal them like this, right? So I have multiple angles where I can move between the high ground, heal from behind, or go in front for an aggressive nade. So here, I stay up here. Okay, they hold shield up. See that? Their Genji, what did he end up doing? He took the high ground. Guess what? It didn't matter because we have high ground control. So here I throw nade because people are on critical and I need to make sure they're alive for this fight. So I do use nade defensively here. He got slept here. I drop because I really wanted to make sure Pharah's not going to get one shot. And I really felt it was going to happen because Pharah like this is very vulnerable against 6 players who can just pin her down. So I tried to quickly drop down and heal her. So I ended up playing low ground here. I sleep. And then we get multiple picks. And they all die. Ideally, I could have stayed high ground. But here's the one thing, right? Pharah ulted here, and I'm standing here. The time it will take me to go on the right side, through the window, and heal could mean that Pharah dies. However, if I drop to the left and quickly run up to heal Pharah, this will be less time taken to get to the Pharah. I didn't know he was going to ult. So in this situation, I had to drop down and position myself like that because I was healing the back. If I moved earlier and moved to the right, I would have been able to like maintain that window. But in this situation, like, naturally, my first instinct was I have to drop. I have to make sure Pharah is going to be fine. I have to set up something with 9-8. I have Nano. I have blah, blah, blah. Okay? So I do try to jump quick scope her, but there was obviously the terrain.
Sleeping?
I sleep the Rhine. And then they just die. They get rolled.
We're not C9ing, by the way. We're fine, don't worry.
And I call the no C9ing because it's very important in this situation. Like, is the payload okay? Obviously, it's very far behind us. But the best way to know if you're being C9'd or not is when if you look at the very top of the screen here where the P is, there's an arrow showing behind. So that's the best way to figure out if you are being C9'd or not. Just look at that arrow. If it's pointing behind, that means it is fine. It's not pushing. So always pay attention to the HUD. Just look at the HUD. You know, this is information.
Yeah, okay.
This is information. The payload is on P and it's walking back.
I almost have all.
So that is information.
Next fight, I'll Nano.
Okay, and I notice we have
Can
20
you hit
seconds
once?
left. 20 seconds left. We can hold up here. Let's fight them. We have a really good angle. See how like we extensively started pushing out towards their side of the map more and more? Like we started back there high ground. And now we killed them again. We're gonna push even more. Maintaining our dominance. Okay?
We'll have grab soon.
So look, I'm here, the payload's behind.
I think they have blade,
The one thing here is if they take high ground here or right side flank high ground, this would be detrimental for us. So that's why we have the Pharah poking around, making sure that this doesn't happen.
They have blade.
Yeah, careful. If we get...
Okay. When I stand here, I look up here. Is no one here? Okay. If there is someone here, I play a bit more further to the right.
Get grab soon. We can grab it. Yeah, we can.
So here, I nano Rhine because he's the one being focused by the blade, and I don't want to give Genji a reset.
I'll Nano you so he doesn't get reset. I'll nade.
And I naded him to keep him alive after he got pinned, and I antied the Rhine. These are the kind of nades you want to land, by the way. Nades that amplify healing and anti-heal. I try my best to make sure that I do this all the time. However, in some situations, you can't do it all the time, and you have to use it defensively. So you would nade your team instead. Here, I end up dying, but you know why this is fine for me? Because my Rhine is still alive, and he tried to kill the Rhine. He literally swinged like 3 times on him.
Dead. I'm the only one that died.
It's fine, because also our Mercy has Valkyrie, so I am okay with this death.
That's fine. Perfect.
And I get rezzed,
Perfect.
and we win the game.
King's Row.
I got it. Dude, King's Row is the best map. It really is.
Yo, let's endorse Zarya though. You were good. Nice bubbles.
Fuck,
He left at the worst time.
He left the game when I was complimenting him, Sag. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is our first episode for the Aunii self-analysis. I hope you enjoyed. I hope there was some insight brought in. I hope that now maybe you get a bit more insight of how how I think in games. Nothing is ever concrete, by the way, because every game is different. Every time enemies make unpredictable, different decisions, you just have to simply adapt and play towards what you think is the best call at the time. And just having the knowledge with just your support role and as Anna, having this knowledge really helps you move forward within your games. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching our first episode with Kings Row and the Kingsmen. That's my team name, my Overwatch tournament team name. Hey, Kingsmen, Kings Row. It's just how it is. We're made for this map, alright? I'll catch you guys later on the next episode, hopefully. Peace out, and I'll see you in the arena.